And so and there are actually two valid ways to update the DOM, and they result in exactly the same. It's the exact same end result, but there is an old way and a new way. And so let's start with the old way. So with the old way, what we're going to do is we're going to take this rect, which is the D3 selection with all of our rectangles, currently existing 5 rectangles. Oh, I'm sorry, I misspoke. Sorry, this rect is what the .data returned us. So it's the one that has the update selection, enter selection, exit selection, and this rect itself so from rect, let's grab the exit selection with this dot exit, and we'll tell D3 that this selection of the 3 rectangle elements, let's remove it from the DOM. The second thing we do in this old way is we go ahead and we grab the enter selection and we create the new rectangles. And then the best practice I used to and then we're going to put that in this variable enter. And our newly created rectangle elements, so that's our enter selection, and we want to merge those together, the enter and update selections. And that new merged selection is what are going to be in the DOM that perfectly reflects what's in the new data array. So enter and update selections together is going to be what's in the DOM by the end of all of this to perfectly match what's in the new data array. So enter.merge, and then for that selection, we're going to set attributes that change when the data changes. Attributes every time the data updates, and that's why we do it here. So that's the old way. And now the new way, which I think is really nice. So the new way is just like before, we go and grab our SVG element. We select this function called .join. And we're going to .join and tell .join that we want to be creating or removing rectangles. And this one line of .join takes care of all of the enter and exits that we explicitly called in the old way. And that's really exciting because that cuts out a lot of lines of code. So in this one line and this .join, what it returns is that final enter and update selection merged together so that we get that select. All of our attributes on it. We can set all of our attributes that are dependent on the data, and we can set all of our attributes that are not dependent on the data. And these few lines do the exact same thing as all of these lines that I showed. If we want to access specific selections, because maybe we want to do specific things on just the enter selection, because maybe like maybe we need to also create and enter all of our paths and all of our text. In that case, we have this thing where we can call dot the kind of the enter selection from dot data. And the important thing is that we need to then return to understand where this like new way came from, like the thought process behind it, and kind of how to think through the enter selection, the update selection, and the exit selection.